blue is Greg Randall out of Mount Vernon, Iowa.
Smith was an NCAA champion, outstanding wrestler. Randall, two-time runner-up. He is no slouch whatsoever, but it's Smith that is the class of this weight division. And this is his first match of the festival, he being the #1 seed. And we'll see how quickly he can get on track. Smith's trademark is that very low single leg, usually hooking below the knee. But he can counter better than anyone I have ever seen in wrestling. He's got the funkiest hips. It's very difficult to keep those hips controlled. And that's what makes him so tough internationally.
If we talk about the dominance of the two states, Oklahoma and Iowa, here's a good example. Two-time NCAA runner-up at Iowa with Greg Randall, and of course John Smith from Oklahoma State, from Dell City. And understand he has a younger brother who is thinking about coming here to Oklahoma State.
Well, he is going to be coming here to Oklahoma State. He was a double winner at the Iowa Junior Nationals, winning both the Greco and freestyle competitions. And it seems to run in the family. He has the older brother Leroy, who is now freestyle national coach. But here you see where he was in a front headlock, but his ability and quickness and flexibility allows him to be able to start to spin, despite the fact the other man has the hold, and he scores the takedown out of it. And that's what I was talking about, unorthodox and funky. You just don't see many people able to do that, but John Smith can, and he also hit a gut wrench. That's worth 2 for the back exposure. He now leads 3-0.
So just that quickly, 3 minutes 48 seconds left in this match, and John 3-0 over Randall.
Smith was also one of the finalists in the Sullivan Award voting, which is to the nation's top amateur athlete. And Bruce Baumgartner also had that distinction at one time, and maybe one of these days a wrestler will win that. But Smith has all the credentials. And you hear the voice of referee Leroy Evans warning the wrestlers to get to the center. You hear him say zone. That is the light-colored area around the center circle. Anytime a wrestler enters that, the referee tells him to move to the center. Randall attempted a single, is in around the waist of Smith. Smith is countering what's known as a whizzer. He'll keep extending Randall forward, keeping him from spinning behind, and they go out of bounds. They'll start again in the center.
So we're talking about his nomination for the Sullivan Award. That was in '87, and Smith won the festival, the Pan Am Games, and the World Championships, and that was just in a 5-week period.
That's correct. It adds to that an '88 Olympic gold, and you can certainly see why he has the credentials as one of the nation's top athletes. Both wrestlers here vying for a spot on the world team, as well as the #1 ranking throughout the year on the national team concept initiated by USA Wrestling, the national governing body of wrestling in this country. The #1 man receives the most amount of training fund expense. And not only are they wrestling out here for the pride of the United States team, but also for a little bit of dollars in the pockets. And I think that's a great change for amateur athletics in this country. It puts us on a par with the rest of the world. Most teams are government-sponsored here in the USA. Americans field the U.S. team by funding the different programs that the United States Olympic Committee has. You're watching, and it's 3-0 in favor of Smith, and you might wonder whether or not he's being a little bit too conservative, but it is his first match. He's doing quite a bit of offense. He's in on a beautiful double leg, and he's able to finish it. And you saw his eyes looking up at the ceiling, and that's what you need to do. You never want your head pointed down because it's much more difficult to lift when your head is in that down position. But Smith has tremendous technique. Now 4-0, and we'll see if he can't get some more. We can't see if we can't get some more points here on the mat, but they break it. They're going to bring him up. That was kind of quick on the mat. Looks like Smith had a pretty good lock on Randall's knee there, possibly be able to turn him using the leg.
4-0. John Smith leads. We have just over a minute and a half left in this match. 136.5 pounds for Smith, the Olympic gold medal winner in Seoul.
Smith is definitely dominating the match. Randall has only had 1 or 2 attacks, and they weren't really threatening ones. He got in a good position, but he was unable to get to a point where he was even supposed to finish. And really, that's Smith's trademark of defense. Not too many people scored many points on John Smith. And Randall here is tying him up upper body. And if anything, that's the one facet of Smith's wrestling that's never been tested. Nobody's really gone upper body with him and forced him into countering. But it could be because he takes such a low stance that it's impossible to really get him in an upper body hold. He's just so bent over, and there's an upper body hold, and Randall drives him out of bounds, and a referee signaling for a caution against Smith, and it's confirmed. They're going to give Randall a point. Smith retreating out of bounds, under attack, and you see Smith kind of putting his hands to the side saying, I was pushed, but he was definitely in a threatening situation. He tried to headlock to bail out, but the referees felt Randall earned a point.
4-1 with 40 seconds.
Just as I say, the one facet about Smith, there you saw Randall attack it. Maybe he realizes it. And the trailing 4-1, he definitely needs to make up some points, and the best way to do that is with an upper body throw. But perhaps that 1 point against Smith is going to ignite him a little bit, and he's going to be a little more aggressive. And you see, he's keeping Randall's back to the out of bounds constantly, and the referee sees that, feels Randall's being a little bit passive, and then he picks up his second caution. If he receives one more, he will be disqualified from the bout. And Smith again keeping his back to the center. That's the experience showing, and there it is, 4-1 in favor of Smith. And what I felt, really, he dominated that match.